forests are singing the sacred animals dance. Join the dance and be free. Yeah. You know, we gotta dance. We gotta feel the freedom. We gotta open up to that place that we so seldom unlock. So come into it, unlock your heart, unlock your soul, and come to the time where we can grow together, because it is about being together and not walking this alone and making ourselves just wake up, man, wake up. Yeah. And so we come to the I Ching, to the oracle, the I Ching, that place in us that stirs us as we move forward in this beautiful place of singing, of listening, of doing, and of being ourselves. After all, it's about our authenticity, right? And not letting anybody take that away from us. So what do? We go to the oracle. And we say, hey, oracle, what's shaking, oracle? And the oracle comes back and says, all right, dig it, man. Just come on and listen. Just listen. We got some news for you. And that's what it says. It comes in the number 51, which is Yen, which is the rousing. And boy, oh boy, if this is not the time of rousing, I don't know what is. Everything that's going on means we've got to be awake. And that's what rousing is. Get up. Join the dance. Join the dance of the forest, animals, beasts, and lovers, as we come into today's message from the oracle. Number 51, it is rousing. Number 51, yeah. Rousing says we got to be awake. The rousing says we got to pay attention, huh? And saying that in this light that we all share, we come to a place where we can be beautiful, where we can be open, where we can find these places in our heart where we are whole and where we are free. This is a double hexagram, meaning above and below are Zen, that says to shake, to arouse, and bring thunder. Bring thunder into our life. Make it happen. Have it be the call to the day, the call to the night, that place in us where we feel good about it all, right? Where we feel that we can be open and that we can be one with everything around us, that we can be one with the universe as we open up and we play with life. And that's the truth. So make yourself comfortable. Get ready to be roused from the root chakra all the way up to the crown. Covering it, opening it, and being who you're going to be. You're going to be yourself. And that's what all the music says. That's what the lovers say. And that is the time that we say, time for a little bit of paying attention to who it is that we are, and as we feel this beautiful part of life. Yeah. And so we reach in for the knowing and reach in for the words of love, the words of light that take us into the message for this day of number 51. The wisdom says thunder shakes the roof. You go back to sleep. Big thunder comes again. This time you wake up. All right, could we just check the symbolism of that? You know, you can get shaken and then you say, well, I'll put my head under the covers, but then it hits you again and you got to. My dear brothers and sisters, you got to wake up. And that's what it's about. You say, well, I'm awake, I do it. Well, take a look, see, because a powerful time has arrived. The manifestation is great shaking, great arousal. And your senses are turned on. You are turned on. You are keen. You're seeing it like it is, the sharp edge of what it is. And you feel torn. You've got excitement, but you're a little bit afraid. Think about that. Torn between fear and excitement. And that's the time that you must choose what the benefit will be to you. Do you let fear cause you to back away from opportunity? Letting the thunder pass as you pull the covers over your head, wishing you didn't have to choose? Or do you risk it all and jump into the unknown? Well, you know what this reader is going to tell you to do because we've gone through it. We've had the disappointments, you know, we've had the losses and catastrophes, but it's telling us that this is the time to wake up, to be awakened and be jolted into a clear consciousness where you are fully awake and you're clear, where you can find trust in your intuition, trust in your mates, trust as you move forward about what it is or who it is on the horizon that's going to bring you light, bring you love. Now dig it, I know. You've been disturbed and shaken to the core before, recent events, difficult decisions that you've made, and you've made them well. You can't avoid this shakeup, see, because it's now, because this is where you are stripped bare of your long trusted shields that have been your protection against change, against creation, against love, and it's kept you away from that. Can you imagine something that comes up and there's a wall that says, yeah, you can go this far, but you cannot have change, you cannot have creation, you cannot have love. Oh my God, man, you got to move through that. You got to say, I'm not going to put up with that because the universe is speaking to me. And it is speaking loudly to leave your analytical mind in the dust and move to your emotional and spiritual core. And it can be frightening. It can, because you got to risk it. You see, fear, if you don't feel a bit of fear, something's wrong because you're not really taking the risk that's necessary to take at this moment in time. You see, fear is an emotion that can be the impetus to change, bring you into honesty with yourself where you'll find clarity when you stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to those around you. Just be who you are because your lies are in your silence. Did you dig that? You say, I don't lie. Hey, man, you're lying if you don't speak up. Not speaking up for the greater good. What's good for you, your community, your planet, and our good earth. Were you to ignore these signs, go back to sleep, symbolically or really, you'd wake up in a world that you do not want. Think back to that silent inner dialogue that you've been having with yourself since you started on this process of spirit, psychology, emotions, opening up to the heart of things, those unspoken sentences that begin with pleas to spirit, saying, I want, I wish, I want to release. You see, these pleas are a call to your spirit helpers, and they're there. The shaking and shock you feel is the thunderous power of manifestation. Your power of manifestation. We all got it. We just got to pay attention, you see. It may come as a surprise. You may find that you've really done it. You've called for this change, the change that's here, and you're in the cycle. That cycle of birth, death, and progressive enlightenment. And you are the magus, you are the magician. With grace, except with gratitude and in reverence that this shake-up is in the perfect order of things, as it's part of the divine plan, and would not have come if you were not ready. The process now is self-examination in coming to your authenticity and into your truth. And you ain't going to find out who you are in the reflection of another, in your job or in your art or in your relationship, nor will a teacher or a book give you a clue. It's not going to work that way. See, although people and events in your life are reflecting something important back to you, that's correct timing, see. In your personal growth, to acknowledge who you really are. And equally important, who you are not. Uncover and deconstruct your old tired patterns. Tear them up. You see, if you remain stagnant and you don't take the challenge of catastrophe, of life change, you begin to take these lies as truth. And this cycle will be a massive setback rather than your progress forward. There is a way to be in solution, and it's not complicated. The complication is the ego's way to keep you in chaos. Once you embrace the simplicity of consciousness, you will accept with ease the great transformation that is shaking your inner being. Your benefit now will be opening up to a profound stillness every day. Come to stillness where you're going to hear the inner voice, the voice of wisdom, the voice of intuition. And it's in that place that you celebrate that you have manifested the power to transform yourself. And you do it by transforming those things around you into beautiful and beneficial patterns that will replace the old dishonest patterns that got you in the morass where you sometimes feel stuck. Look to all your relationships and be honest with yourself. Brutally, selflessly honest. Ask and see what are the unresolved issues that get in the way and are not allowing you to make the leap of trust and love that have been destined for you by your given and created life path. In these actions, you will come up against the sadness and questioning of the self. Grieve your losses and stay your path. The path that is sometimes rocky. That road less traveled where you get pebbles in your sandals and you got to shake it out. You see, if you can be composed and you keep yourself aware as this virtual thunderbolt hits you, because it's coming, you can guide its strength toward the greater good. For yourself first, always for yourself first. Then for and with the tribe, with your fellow pilgrims on this road we call the road less traveled. It may be lonely for a time, and that's hard sometimes, but it's lonely sometimes. And that loneliness, that oneness is where you're going to be found, and the loneliness will transform into connection and spirit, connection with spirit. Do not doubt at these gates. The gatekeepers, they're going to test you. They're going to test you, and they're going to try to bring doubt. They say, no, you can't cross here. You're not good enough, right? They're going to make you doubt yourself. But don't worry. The antidote to get through these gates is in you. And believe me, it ain't a book, nor a guru, nor a self-appointed coach. Can you believe? Everybody says they're a coach. Ouch. It is in you and in this gentle ancestry waiting to be awakened. The alarm clock is awakening your naked purity with the giver of love, and the name is love. You are awake and feel fear. Now you have a choice. You can pull the covers over your head, like we said, or without judgment, just face it. Look and see what you're afraid of and what you doubt, and take advantage of this time, because this hexagram, this gua, comes up at an important time in the cosmos. It's asking you to hone your character, to remove the little flaws and wrinkles that no one sees. Through the unexpected strength of the recent challenging events, you are being tempered, you see, and you're being made strong and strong and stronger. Fear raises its familiar head, and you You, with your commitment to personal growth and change, you've summoned these forces of light. And you are more than able to face these fears head on. No guarantee that you won't get burnt a bit. You will. It happens. You might get a little burn on your feathers, but it's likely that you will, because that's a part of the agreement, because you're going to face it. And the burn is from the fire of transformation. You got it? Give a little, get a lot. It's the acceptance of this stillness, the grand elixir that will salve your wounds. This is all in the proper scheme of things, this thrust to right action. And it is part and it is parcel of the contract you made with yourself, the contract you made with Spirit when you chose to be born into this cosmic dance at this magnificent moment in time. And it is, and it's hard, and it's beautiful, and it's love. If you choose to survive, you will be ready for the joy. You'll be ready for the abundance that you have called for. And that's not greed. You see, survival, what it's about, and it's not outside yourself. Your survival, your abundance is yourself, you see. This force is what spirit guides and external teachers use for voice, representatives of that place of clear intuition within, and that can stay calm, stay on center, even in thunderous events that are coming to ignite the fear and the doubt and the pain. And like we said, likely you'll get your feathers burn a little bit, but it ain't going to kill you, right? It'll heal. Just shake it off. Stay in your center. That's the deal right now. Just stay in your center. That's all you got to do. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Keep your dignity. And be clear and be kind and be compassionate. That's where your strength comes. And it's about that kindness and that compassion for yourself. The rewards are greater than great as you flow with the collective movement towards the greater good that's unfolding now with Gaia, with our planet. Anybody's ever thought this planet was a separate thing? We were cut off by, walls or borders and all that and can't go beyond it, man. That virus says, think again, man. Think we're all one, we are, and it's happening. And we're going to shake that virus off. But, it's about building up our life, building up our transformation, of joining in kind with others and walking away. That becomes a sign of hope to the world, for the world is watching and is seeking and longing for the light. Be the light, teach peace, and be the love that you desire. You will be met. No doubt about it. You will be met. You will be loved because you are the one that you have been waiting for. Namaste, my brothers and sisters. In Lake Shalakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. Yes, I do. Many blessings from here and sitting on the Caribbean at the 20th parallel. May you all be blessed. May you all be loved. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Love the one you're with. And if you're alone, you got to love who you're with, which is who? Which is you. Namaste, y'all. be loved.